karanasang tinatamasa ng Pilipinas ngayon ay bunga ng kagitingang ipinamalas ng ating mga ninuno nang nakipaglaban sa mga dayuhan noon. At ang pagpapanatili ng kalayaang ito ay nasa kamay ng bawat isang Pilipino ngayon. Higit ang mga miyembro ng Sandatahang Lakas ng Pilipinas na handang ipaglaban ang demokrasiya kahit buhay ang kabayaran.
If you are in a position, you make the best out of it.
What would you say was your inspiration for joining the Philippine Marines?
When I graduated from PMA, I was so inspired by how the professionalism shown by Marine officers, because some of them were my instructors in shooting, marksmanship before. And then I was so inspired that these people, really, they're so disciplined, very smart. So I said, I think I have done. I'm needed here in this unit.
Pero what would you say is the most interesting combat you've ever encountered?
I've been engaged in a lot of encounters before. I'm probably one of few, if not the only one, who has fought all the armed groups in the Philippines. But my most formidable enemy then was the armed forces, because when I encountered the armed forces then, I almost, I was clinically dead. I was brought to the morgue, and, but of course, they were joking me that had I been on the government side then, I would have gotten the wounded person. That was not in my list of awards.
But then you got the highest award that can be awarded, the Medal of Valor. So can you tell us a bit more about this?
It was an encounter in Kauswagan. If we can pull back the time, that was in 2000 when practically all the detachments of the army stationed in Lanao del Sur and Lanao del Norte were overrun by the MILF. And then when the Marines arrived from Palawan, because we were then deployed in Palawan, my unit was first to be dispatched to Lanao and then liberate Kauswagan. We were again given the orders to run after the MILF, maintain the momentum, and then in an encounter, in a 24-hour gun battle, it was really, it was so intense. People beside me, Marine soldiers beside me, were getting killed one by one by sniper shots. And it's really very hard, because at that time, my wife was even pregnant with our youngest son.
I'm sure it also takes an emotional toll on you. How do you try to balance everything?
Well, if you're in the area, you really cannot think about your family. What you think more of the welfare of your soldiers.
Yeah.
So they say you have to really balance the accomplishment of the mission and the welfare of your men. But of course, it is your call as a commander. There are times that really you have to sacrifice lives of your men to be able to get the mission. So it's really depending on the situation.
Speaking of leadership, what would you say is your principle in leadership?
If you can leaders great like you, then probably you're a good leader. If you can make a good leader out of your subordinate, then you can be a very good leader.
So you have 7 children. Is anyone following in your footsteps?
Yeah, my second to the eldest is now a second lieutenant. He graduated from PMA in 2011. His mom said it's unfortunate, but he joined the Marines. He followed my footsteps. Now he's in Patikul Sulu. The rest, I have 7 kids, right? 6 boys and one girl.
So what advice do you always give your children?
Well, I really don't pressure them. I don't even, I'm not convincing them on what they would want to be later on. I just tell them that, if you are in a position, you make the best out of it, do what is right, do your best, and God will do the rest.
So just to wrap up our conversation, do you have a message for our viewers?
Well, as I've been telling my men before, leaders should really walk the talk. They should be able to inspire people and be God-fearing.
Ang kagitingan ay naipapamalas hindi lamang sa paggamit ng armas. Ito ay naipapakita rin sa tunay na pagmamahal sa inang bayan. Isang pagsaludo po sa magigiting na kawal Pilipino. Hanggang sa susunod na pagkilala sa mga katangi-tanging Pilipino, ako po si Carla Lizardo.